What's new, Dino Dudes? It's me, the Meteor Raptor, and welcome back to episode 3 of Raptor's Kombat Korner. Yes, I am still doing this, because I'm still working on some bigger reviews. Look, it's my channel and I'll do what I want, okay? Thanks. Anyhow, today we're going to be talking about Mr. I Do My Own Stunts himself, Johnny Cage. Now, when MK11 was announced, I was pretty certain that Johnny Cage was going to be in it, because, well, he played a pretty big role in MKX. And it would just kind of make sense for him to bring him back, especially considering the fact that Cassie is in it and Sonya Blade is in it. They had a pretty good dynamic going, although it was kind of forced in a few scenes and it did get a little annoying at times. It just kind of makes sense that ultimately they would bring back one of their core characters. Because, well, like it or not, Johnny Cage was one of the first Mortal Kombat characters. In fact, even in the movie, he was kind of the main character in a sense. But how about we just talk about his character, because, well, first things first, I'm gonna say the same thing again. I love how he looks and all that, but what I think I haven't been talking about as much that I should have been is his personality. They have perfectly nailed Johnny Cage as a character. Just from his introduction,
I know studio execs tougher than you.
No suit's gonna slit your throat.
Have you been to Hollywood?
to his outro.
I'm doing the nut fun.
Everything about this character is great. As for his moves, well, they all look pretty decent. I don't know too much exactly about footsies and zoning and all that as much as I would like to, and I'm trying to learn on that, but from what I can tell, he seems to be more of a bruiser with a bit of zoning. Like I've mentioned before, to me a bruiser is somebody who tends to kind of stay and use his fists to try and keep their opponent at a distance. And here, yeah, he's clearly doing that. Thankfully, they brought back the fisticuffs as a special move, I believe. Well, or at least some version of it, which is great, because I loved that variation in MKX. His fireball is kind of different now. There is a straightforward one, sort of, but it's arcing. So you can't just do it straight, you kind of have to be a little bit strategic with where you're going to do it, but most of the time it should still be effective. On top of that, of course, his shadow kick is back, which is great because that's kind of his core move. He's great at just doing, he kind of seems to be a bit more of a combo fighter. He's got Scorpion's rage move actually, which he copied from Scorpion. He's got an interesting counter, which is actually a great reference to one of the movies he was in, Ninja Mime, or at least within the world he was in. He even now throws his sunglasses, which, again, going back to the Mortal Kombat movie, there was a pretty good line between him and Goro, actually, right before he took him down. So, I kind of enjoy the fact that NetherRealm was willing to acknowledge the good and the bad of their franchise, although I loved the two Mortal Kombat movies.
Like, execution is not the barrier of entry when it comes
In fact,
to
something I'm really surprised they actually did is how far they went with this whole Hollywood sort of style. Because yes, he does have moves like his shadow kick, which he can amplify for major damage and be able to set up his opponent for multiple combos or multiple more hits, keeping them trapped in a corner or pushing them back to a point where you can let out a full strategy against them, ultimately winning you the match. But he's also got moves such as simply using his camera to stun the opponent by taking a picture of them. I think that's hilarious. I don't quite know why, but I think it's hilarious. On top of that, well, the only thing I really can say that I kind of think like, wait, why is that like that, is because he has a gun, like he has a gun holstered, but he never, at least in any of the trailers or footage we've seen so far, ever shoots anyone with it. So maybe that's me just sort of like overthinking it because, you know, he is in the military, but still, it is what it is. Also, from the customizations we've seen, I absolutely love it. They very much got an 80s vibe going to it with, well, the fact that Mortal Kombat came out in the 80s, and in a sense Johnny Cage is an 80s action star. So the fact they're kind of willing to be look a little bit goofy with some of the variations, I really do enjoy. And, well, they're continuing the trend of having awesome fatal blows. In fact, even going back to the whole, actor thing, I love what he does with his fatal blow. Just check it out. Yeah. It's stupid, it's gory, I know, but it's funny, I enjoy it. He literally uses an Oscar as a shiv, and, well, a lot of us didn't realize this, but they revealed Johnny Cage right after the Oscars, so that certainly is something. That is very clever marketing, if I do say so myself. The other two things I want to talk about, one of them being his stunt double. This to me is one of the cleverest things you possibly could have done for a character who is literally an actor, and I love the fact that they actually did this. They literally have a move where Johnny Cage can call in a stunt double to grab the opponent. And if you look at it, people have already pointed this out, but I'm still going to point it out due to the attention to details. You can see he has slightly different hair color, and the Johnny on his chest is clearly just written on in marker or something. I love this. The only thing I love more than that is his current, where we've seen his fatality to be. Because it is great on so many levels. I'll explain why just after you watch it.
Cut! Reset!
Deadly uppercut, take two.
Action! Cut!
Who hired this guy? What the fuck?
Deadly uppercut, take 19.
Fatality.
Okay, so where do I start with this? First of all, the Take 19 is actually a reference to a glitch in the, I believe, Mortal Kombat 3, I'll have to check that, where he would actually hit his opponent 19 times or something before the head actually came off. I don't know the whole story behind it, but it is a reference to I believe, a glitch. Secondly, as somebody who does film reviews and even is taking classes on how to make movies, I love the joke of how, like, say, the boom mic gets into the shot. Because believe me, as somebody who's made short films before, you have no idea how annoying it can be when, say, a boom mic is shown in shot, and you have to redo an entire scene. In fact, Johnny's reaction was very relatable. And most importantly, just the sheer stupidity, I guess, of it all is just so goofy that for a game that seems to be taking itself kind of seriously in a sense with all the fatalities and all that this one they just straight up have a slate come out. In fact, even saying the director is Ed Boon with FPS 30, like all that kind of stuff, I love it. That kind of Easter eggs and those kind of references really make the game all the more fun. There was a few things I haven't mentioned as much, but I'm trying to keep these videos a bit shorter. Overall, Johnny Cage seems to be a very fast fighter, somebody that I would believe someone like Sonic Fox would use more because, well, he does have good moves to kind of both combo and keep his opponent off of him before going in and, well, amplifying several of his moves, ultimately giving him the edge in a battle. Once again, like I have to say in every single one of these videos, it's very much a wait and see as I have not played this game and the beta isn't out yet. So, yeah. Overall though, I love how this game is looking, like I've said every episode. Anyhow, you guys, I wanted to get this video out because, well, the next Kombat cast is today if this video goes up today, and if not, it was yesterday, so that means there'll be, I believe it's 2 characters this time, so I wanted to get this done so I could talk about them next. Plus, the story trailer just dropped, so I'm going to be making a video right after this talking about that, and after that, I'll be working on some more reviews. I am working on some bigger reviews now that I finally got some game capturing software working again, so keep an eye out for that. If you are interested in what's going to be coming, well, all I can really say is subscribe so you'll be kept up to date with all the videos I'll be making over the next little bit. And until then, this has been the Media Raptor saying keep cool, and I'll see all you dino dudes around. Later.
Johnny Cage wins.